Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Our first dash will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. Note the track condition listed as fast, and as always, the announcer listed as slow. Shall we get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing? And it is a somewhat warm evening here at Grand River Raceway. Temperature for the evening will be recorded as 25 degrees Celsius. Note in race number 1, number 8, TriStar Carmen, no hobbles, no racing hobbles, no trotting hobbles, and steel to aluminum shoes up front. That is steel to aluminum shoes up front at equipment change, and no trotting hobbles on 8 TriStar Carmen. Race number 2, number 9, Pajamas Optional, is scratched. Race 2, 9, Pajamas Optional, is scratched. The races 3 and 4 have no changes. No changes, races 3 and 4. Race number 5, number 4, Lockdown Romeo, changing from a Pelling pacifier to blinkers. That's Pelling pacifier to blinkers. And note that number 7, Twin Bee Showmance, side rolls to open bridle and barefoot to steel on all 4. So changing from barefoot to steel all 4. Race 6, no changes. No changes, race 6. Race number 7, number 3, Timel Twister, the driver Austin Sorey. Race number 8, number 4, King Jules, blinkers to blind bridle. That's blinkers to blind bridle. And scratched is number 6, Better on Ice. Race 8, scratch 6, Better on Ice. And races 9 and 10 have no changes, races 9 or 10. Well, once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Note in the first race, number 8, TriStar Carmen, no trotting hobbles and changing steel to aluminum shoes up front. And the second race, 9, Pajamas Optional, is scratched. It is currently 16 minutes to post time, and time to welcome in the co-host of the show, live from Margaritaville, also our handicapping expert, Robert Reed Jr., back in action, ready to roll again. How are you doing, buddy?
And first of all, hope everyone out there had a fantastic Canada Day long weekend. Obviously, we were dark on Monday night, but happy to be back at it on this wonderful Wednesday. I caught the action at Clinton from home on Legends Day. Great card of racing there on Sunday. On Monday, Canada Day, I went to Dresden Raceway and co-hosted their big day with OSS action with track announcer Nathan Bain. So had a fantastic weekend myself. Hope everyone else had the same. But we got 10 dashes tonight here at the river, and a nice balance of 5 pace and 5 trot. And I think it's a card that we're going to see some value throughout these sequences. Don't think it's going to be, the favorite parade we've seen in a couple of the last nights here at the river. So I'm looking forward to tonight's card. But as always, those multi-leg wagers are my favorites, including that early pick 5 starting in race number 1 with that guaranteed pool of $5,000. Low takeout 15%. Gary and I will come back and give you what we like in that sequence at about 8 minutes to post. 7 minutes to post of the opening dash here at Grand River Raceway on a wonderful Wednesday. 10 dashes on the menu, but we start off as always with the early pick five wager in the opener. And the pool's guaranteed of $5,000. Low takeouts is always 15%. There's a ticket I've mapped out, spending a little more than I usually do, but I really like a horse tonight, and we're hoping we're going price shopping on her, and also hoping we're kind of getting ahead of it. She's missed a bit of time, but first leg 6 and 7 for me. Symbol of Beauty, the 6 and the 7. Cleveland Hershey. Those are the two I want to be most involved with here. Does look kind of a trotting event where others may have a chance, but I'm just too deep because we had to save some money somewhere. 6, 7 for me, and the opening leg 4, 5, and 6 in race number 2. Sid the Kid's one that I'm fond of. Did make a break last time. You can't really trust him to go it alone with that one tonight. So I added the 4 and the 6. That's Dominion Day and Ancient Wall in race number 2. Race 3, just the 8 Big Girl Dreams. This is a horse that's going to be first start for trainer Cassidy Schneider. Scott Young jumps back aboard. He's had success with this horse in the past. It is post 8, but I think she fits in well with this group, and I don't mind the time between starts when a horse is now going to debut out of a new barn. So Big Girl Dreams, one we're going to kind of make a spot play tonight, and also our single in this sequence, hoping that she can give us some serious value, especially if we can ever get her down with some prices around her. Number 8, Big Girl Dreams by single in race number 3. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9 in race number 4. Do you think that you've got to obviously give some respect to Forbidden Treasure? HP Run Director, though, I thought Detector was great last time, but moving up in class. And JG's pal, the 9, has a reason to improve, getting back on that regular rotation, but that tricky trailing spot. So 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9, 5 deep, and hoping for a price in race number 4. And then in the money leg, race number 5, the 6, 8, and 9. Happy to go back to the 8. J. Richard Nice on top. The problem is post 8, moving up in class. I think you have to have the 6 Wallinack. He seems to be better chasing a target. He might go back to doing that tonight. And the 9 PL Quinella, trailing post, but a real rock solid winner last time. So 6, 8, 9 to finish it off. And we're breaking the bank tonight. $18 for a 20-cent wager. I bet Gary Guy is spending less than us.
Absolutely. And I've spent my favorite amount, $9.60. That just seems to be the amount that I land on. Race number 1, just the 3 and 7. I do not have 6 Symbol of Beauty in my pick 5. That is my third choice, and it's your top choice, so there's a difference of opinion. And I can see it. Tyler Moore, he's been doing well of late, and Symbol of Beauty is one that, the last race might have scared me off a bit, but still there's some things there to like. Race number 2, I just have the 4 and 5, so I have Dominion Day and Sid the Kid, but I did leave out Ancient Wall. Race number 3, I love your courage there, but I didn't go along with you at all. I'm on the 2 and the 4, so I've got Salzburg Candy and All Smoke and Mirrors. Race number 4, I did a little handicapping, unlike you, and narrowed it down to 3 horses, the 1, 3, and 6, so went a little shorter in there. And race number 5, just the 6 and 8, left out PL Canella. Love PL Canella, just, I don't know, trailer post. I thought, we'll shorten it up by 1 horse in there, but that could be a problem if I make it that far. But nonetheless, how many combinations do we have that we can go together on?
Pretty easy tonight, Gary. Big fat 0. 0.
That's my
Just the way
favorite.
you like it.
Yes.
Yeah, just the way you like it. Yeah, 0 combos for us both be winners tonight. Gary is, I knew he'd be spending less, about half of what I'm spending on my ticket at $9.60. Like his ticket, like the horse he's got involved, I just decided to take a stand at a horse that I've done well with before, that there's an angle to play on, and that's the 8 Big Girl Dreams in race number 3. I think Conley's got a ticket for us, usually sends us a ticket along. Um,
Did he send it along from Vegas?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he's still, he's probably trying to grind it out in Sin City, right? Trying to cash some tickets there. I mean, we saw he was going for the gusto last week. Going against some pretty heavy favorites, trying to get a big ticket down, as you have to do when you're going to Las Vegas, right? You got to build that bankroll. So there's Conley's ticket right there, 3 and 7 in the opening. Like that's Gaelic Piper and Cleveland Hershey. Just the 4 and 5 in race number 2. Dominion Day and Sid the Kid, 2 and 4 in race number 3. So keeping it logical there, and then in the fourth race, singling up on the 6 Arcadia Sealster, and then 2, 6, and 9 in the money leg. So Royal Champagne, one I don't have, has been racing really well. I mean, hard for me to cut that one off my ticket, but I was spending too much already. But Wallanack and PL Quinella, two that are both on my ticket. Anyways, $4.80 for a 20-cent ticket. So the most economical ticket tonight comes from Conley, who I think's in Vegas now. So there you go. A few minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick five sequence. Slow takeout, 15% guaranteed pool, $5,000. We'll be back in just a few moments to take a closer look at race number one.
Field for the first on parade one, Maple Shepherd, semi-filia for Chantel Mitchell and JT Pelche. Number 3, Gaelic Piper, Jason Ryan for John Yank and Jordan McGraw and Deborah McGrail and Bethany Craig. Number 4, Belvedere Franklin, Phil Houdon drives and trains for Dr. Mike Veneri. There is number 5, Last Hall, Scott Young for Jason Sherman and Burton Betty Sherman. And number 6 is Symbol of Beauty, Tyler Moore drives and trains for Stuart Chambers and Divine Horse Racing. 7 is Cleveland Hershey, Mario by Adoja for Sarah by Adoja and Michelle Carrier. 8 is TriStar Carmen, Scotty Colder, Andrew Cars, and Aaronwood Equine. And note that 9 is Sustainability, Bob McClure for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. It's a field of 9 for race number 1. Let's quickly get a look at this field as we're getting close to post time. And Robert's Symbol of Beauty is your top choice. And I even left this one off the pick 5, so we'll see how things unfold here. But 14 to 1, I love you having a 14 to 1 horse on top. Symbol of Beauty, your top choice.
Yeah, it's, I mean, relatively early in the betting still, right, Gary? I can't imagine she's going to be 14 to 1 or anything close to it because, I mean, you look at her latest efforts. I mean, yeah, she's finishing sixth, and then before that, a couple of fourths, but two of those were in the Ontario Sire Stakes grassroots and against some solid rivals. And that fourth place finish on May the 30th, I thought was a real good effort, 57 and 3, her own mile time. And then she tried to take matters into her own hands in the maiden ranks at Mohawk Park. Middle half, went to the lead, faded back to fourth. But in any event, I just thought she fit in really nicely with this group, and she's showing she can race with some versatility. So I yeah, I was happy to have her on top in here. And again, that price I can't imagine it holding. I thought she'd be one of the favorites.
Number 7, Cleveland Hershey, is one that I strongly considered on top, but then I just kept looking at those X's, two of the last three races.
Yeah, and I totally, get that concern. And I think for me, if you look at a horse, it's gonna be 6 to 5 last time against HP Run Detector. I mean that one obviously won by a wide margin. This one jumped it off early, but was trying to get forwardly placed. It looked like he was going to be, or she was going to be in a good spot anyways off the gate. Third before that to See Ken Trot, just in behind Gaelic Piper. Yeah, the breaks are still a little bit scary, but I think if she goes out there and behaves herself tonight, she should certainly get a big chunk of it if she doesn't get the lion's share. So 6 to 1's a good price on her as well. I mean, I don't think. I mean, obviously there's the thought that she might be looking for a flat line as a top priority, but she's also one that does have tactical speed. So I think she'll still go forward off the switch.
That would be a beautiful exactor ticket if it held, but look at 3 Gaelic Piper, no value, so that's why there's value elsewhere. Gaelic Piper 6 to 5. Wind shy though, 0 for 18, and yet I have this one on top.
Yeah, always a bit of a concern, right? A horse doesn't have a victory in 18 tries over 2 seasons, but he's been knocking at the door, and we've kind of, noted that he's really kind of raised his game in his last couple here at the River. Good second to See Can Trot, good third to Vera Cruz, and even before that, he was turning in some really nice efforts at the Raceway in London, finishing fourth, beating 10 lengths, mind you, but to Captain Wanya in the final, the City of London's a pretty good line. So I get the support at 6 to 5. I think it's one that you could have on your pick five ticket for sure. I just think that it's a little bit of a underlay. The horse is over 18 and 6 to 5 might be a bit short for me betting him to win.
Absolutely, and listen, we both have the same top three, different order, but then for fourth, you went Charmbro Jim and I went Maple Shepherd. Fill me in on the 2 and the 1.
Well, I think Charmbo Gem for me is just one that's got tactical speed and hasn't been able to stick around for top three finish anyways, but I think might be able to get forwardly placed instead of tripping here. Like, this is an interesting field because first of all, there's a lot of horses that might not behave themselves, and there's a lot of inexperience in horses that haven't really been able to find the winner's circle. So I think that she's as good as any to get a piece of it at 22 to 1. And Maple Shepherd, we noted last time, right? A big step in the right direction. Yeah, got beat by more than 11 lengths, but did finish second and maintain that position over all of her other rivals in a race where the winner was long gone. So she has a reason to improve, but that pole position, I always get worried, Gary, with young trotters.
Well, we'll see how it unfolds as they are taking up their positions. Maple Shepherd and Charmbo Gem, Gaelic Piper on the inside. In the center, Belvedere Franklin Last Hall. To the outside, Symbol of Beauty, Cleveland Hershey and TriStar Carmen. And the second tier, Sustainability. It's a field of 9 for race number 1. And off stride Cleveland Hershey already, and driving out Belvedere Franklin, and also getting off the gate well as Symbol of Beauty. Then Gaelic Piper, Maple Shepherd, Charmbo Gem is racing fifth. Then it is TriStar Carmen, back to Sustainability, and Last Hall is 8th right now. Symbol of Beauty, though, 9 to 2 on the board, driven out aggressively by Tyler Moore to grab the lead. Symbol of Beauty, Belvedere Franklin second, Gaelic Piper third. And then to the outside, TriStar Carmen, Maple Shepherd, and then it is Charbo Gem, and further back is Sustainability, and last haul, but Symbol of Beauty leads as they race their way up towards a Symbol of Beauty and Belvedere Franklin, the top two. Racing third, Gaelic Piper. TriStar Carmen went off stride. Maple Shepherd is racing fourth now. Then Charbo Gem is fifth, and sixth, Sustainability. And seventh is last haul. Off that 28-second opening quarter, it is Symbol of Beauty and Tyler Moore who has the lead, 9-2 on the board. Belvedere Franklin's racing second. Gaelic Piper third, but is about 4.5 off the lead. And fourth is Charbo Gem. Then to the outside, Sustainability is fifth now. Maple Shepherd is sixth, and seventh is last haul. Symbol of Beauty. Now stepping out from third comes Gaelic Piper, and he is closing. Symbol of Beauty still has the lead, though. Off that half of 58 3, they head to three-quarters, and it is Symbol of Beauty. Gaelic Piper is closing ground. Is a length and three-quarters back, but Symbol of Beauty still appears to have something left in the tank. Three-quarters, 128 2. And it is Symbol of Beauty and Tyler Moore. No urging required just yet. Gaelic Piper, Belvedere Franklin, Charbo Gem at the field turns from Symbol of Beauty as they now come on down the stretch drive. Symbol of Beauty, and on the outside, that is Gaelic Piper up the inside. Belvedere Franklin looking for the upset. Belvedere Franklin on the inside. And then it was Symbol of Beauty, Gaelic Piper, and Charbo Gem. Belvedere Franklin scores at 6-1. Rob, and well, knocks both of us out of the pick five. How do you like that?
Anyways, and kind of figured in here from a speed standpoint, but that last effort for me kind of turned me off only because it kind of slowed down at the end of that mile, got beat by a wide margin, and a race for Magic Dealer won by a lot in his own right, but just that back half of 34 2 scared me away. But today it's to the pocket trip, loose pocket at times to the sixth, Symbol of Beauty, and then comes up the passing lane late when that one drifts off and gets a little bit leg weary. So nice trip for this one. Probably needed every ounce of that nice pocket journey, but Belvedere Franklin and Phil Houdon get the job done in the opener.
Well, and look, the other two that we were interesting. We were watching with great interest in the stretch dive kind of dissipated as the whole thing changed. Belvedere Franklin, but there is as we're looking, Phil, up the inside of the passing lane. You said you thought tonight would be a little more, well, less chalky. Is probably a good way to put it, as the last couple days were, and well, we're right away starting off at 6-1.
Yeah, I really felt that tonight there's some vulnerable favorites throughout the card, Gary, and there might be some live horses that are going to be value. I didn't think Symbol of Beauty was going to be that big of a price. Ended up kind of being on a live one there that was 9-2. I mean, I was kind of tickled pink with that price on that one, but she got a little bit tired late. She finished second. Still a good effort. I mean, she's a useful horse. Just still waiting on that first victory. And Gaelic Piper, kind of does what he does, right? He kind of hangs around, gets a big piece of it, but he's been able to put his nose in the wire first either. Belvedere Franklin, one of the few winners in the race, too. I guess it's an angle we could have looked at.
I probably wouldn't have wound up on Gaelic Piper at even money, but then I would have landed with Cleveland Hershey, and that would have taken me out right away.
Yeah, I guess, that at least you wouldn't have had to endure a close finish then, right? You just kind of toss your tickets on the ground early.
It's a 4-6-3-2. Top four back in front of us is number 4, Belvedere Franklin. Belvedere Franklin is a first win this year and second lifetime. Phil Houdon, Phil the Thrill, the winning driver and trainer, 4-year-old Wheelin' and Dealin' brown horse. Mile of 159-1. The first race payouts for Belvedere Franklin, 1490. 880 and 576, Symbol of Beauty, 640, 423, Gaelic Piper, 240. $2 exactor, 119.50. Dollar Tribe, 179.45. Dollar Super, 410.80. First race, order of finish from the top down, 543 162 987. That's 543 162 987 on the bottom.
Belvedere Franklin getting the job done in the opening dash at a nice price of 6-1. Knocked yours truly out of the early pick five. Gary as well, but hopefully you're still trucking because you're probably in store for a nice payout with that one, getting the job done in the opening leg. We're moving on now to the early pick four, starting right here in race number two. $2,500 is the guaranteed pool. Low takeout 15%. And there's my ticket on the screen, $9 for this one. 4, 5, and 6 here in race number two, giving the edge to the 5, said the kid, but going 3 deep nonetheless. In race 3, we're going to take a stand with the 8, Big Girl Dreams. Tough post, but a horse that moves to the barn of Cassidy Schneider. We've seen horses moving in this direction have success. Scott Young's had some victories with her before, so we're going to give her a whirl in race number 3, the 8, Big Girl Dreams. 5 deep in race number 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. Kind of a tricky looking trotting event. Known as a 12,500 lifetime. And we're going deep in there using more than half the field. Race number 5, the 6, 8, 9. I like the 8, J. Richard Nice as a possible double up candidate, but moving up in class post 8. Got to have the 6, Wallanack. Might go back to chasing a target tonight. And the 9, PL Quinella. Very good in victory last time out. 3 deep to finish it off. $9 for a 20-cent ticket. And Conley's got a ticket for us as well. We'll take a look at his ticket. He's going 2 by 2 to start us off here. The 4 and 5. He's got Dominion Day and Sid the Kid. Then he's got Salzburg Annie and All Smoke and Mirrors. And then in race number 4, he's got the 6, Arcadia Sealster. And then in race 5, the 2, 6, and 9. $2.40 for a 20-cent ticket. Again, you've got a few minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 4 sequence. Guaranteed pool is $2,500. Low takeout is always at 15%. And we will take a closer look at race number 2 shortly.
Field 4, race number 2 on parade 1, chapter 1, verse 1. Travis Henry for Tim Myers and Devin McCauley. Number 2 is Secan Trot. It's Brett McDonough, David Fryan, Stewart, and Patricia Bolander. 3 is Olivia's Gold Nugget, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen, and Felix and Olivia Marion. Number 4 is Dominion Day, Jason Ryan for Mike Keeling and the Bay Stable. Number 5 is Sid the Kid, Mario by Etta Shaw for Benoit by Etta Shaw, and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 6, Ancient Wall, Scott Young for Timothy Cherwako and Gary Green. Number 7, Electro Longlegs, Anthony Hunt for Melissa Lambrou and Jeffrey Boyd. Number 8, Fortress Louisburg. It's Gino Toscani for Desiree Jones, and Gino Toscani also is the owner. Field of 8, scratched is 9. Let's get a look at this field. And Rob, we both went with Sid the Kid, even though made a break last time out. But I guess those 2 previous races, we were enamored with that enough to overlook the break.
Right here at the river. A real dominant victory 3 starts ago. And then last time, you can't really fault him for losing because Wheels of Blazing raced so well. I kind of thought he might be stopping on the engine, right? Said the kid when that one kind of blew by him, but he held second over the rest of the field and did so comfortably in a race where Wheels of Blazing was just an absolute much the best winner. So I was happy to go back to him in here. Obviously, he's a horse you might want to watch going to the gate. If you're playing him to win, you might want to make that wager late because he does seem to jump it off be behind the starting gate anyways when he does. But I still couldn't go against him. 3-2 on the board right now. No real value though, Gary, on a win ticket. But I think you can get the better of this group.
Yeah, and Sid the Kid, strong connections. Mario and Benoit have done a lot of winning in the past, and Sid the Kid, I think I'm willing to give him a pass on that one. You went to 6 Ancient Wall, which I wasn't willing to give a pass on all the X's I see on the dance card, but you get a pretty nice back half on that last qualifier.
Yeah, you sure do. And a horse, too, that, 2 victories out of 8 tries last year and was doing so against, horses that would certainly, put him to the business end of this dash if he came back to those efforts. The concern is, obviously, he made a break when he came back June the 18th. The other qualifier was back in January. June 18th, though, did make that miscue, but then did, obviously mind his manners last time out. Gets a pretty strong group, too. Twinbee Archie, All Gas, No Brakes, and Flurry. Flurry's already come back to win. Maybe you get a key race out of that. But in any event, Ancient Wall, I think the 6-1 morning line was much too big. 5-2 is probably the price that he should be. But flat line, first start back might be kind of the game plan tonight. But if he's close, I think he can still win. So 5-2 on the odds board now, 3-1. I think probably 3-1 or 4-1 is probably the right price.
Yeah, number 4, Dominion Day, is one that moves up, makes a small move up, but certainly was flying late last time out and really caught our eye.
Yeah, not out of place against this group at all. I don't think because that last effort kind of got away 7th off the gates, had to navigate some traffic at some points of the mile, then really charged nicely late to only get beat by a head as the favorite in that dash. And we're going to see Forbidden Treasure a little later on the card. And I think that Dominion Day is more than capable of going with these. It just comes down to trip scenario. Post 4, should be a pretty decent journey, and now has that flat line under his belt, so might get handled more aggressively in the early going. 4-1 is not a bad number on Dominion Day.
And Olivia's Gold Nugget off of a win last time out, and it wasn't just a win; it was a win.
And 57-2. Now I'm someone who usually says time doesn't matter, but 57-2 on a track that was allowing a second. That's almost 4 full seconds quicker than Dominion Day. 1 week later for Dominion Day, but I just think that I think Olivia's Gold Nugget. This is kind of a tougher group now. Obviously, moving up in class, 6-1 is probably the right price. I'm just not sure how she gets into the race this time out. I think in the exotics you have to use her, and she's some value at 6-1.
And I did use Secan Trot 10-1. Well, we've seen that one trot nicely. It's Chapter 1, Verse 1, Secan Trot, Olivia's Gold Nugget on the inside. On the center, Dominion Day and Sid the Kid. To the outside, Ancient Wall, Electro Longlegs, and Fortress Louisburg. Field of 8, race number 2. Trotters are approaching the start. And the field for the second race. In position. They're at the start of the rough. And now Sid the Kid down the center of the track. On the inside, it is Can Trot. Can Trot. Now Electro Longlegs on the outside. Sid the Kid is racing third. Chapter 1, Verse 1. Ancient Wall is fifth away. Dominion Day is sixth. Racing seventh. Olivia's Gold Nugget. And Fortress Louisburg is trailing. Can Trot at 13 to 1. Trot's in a lead of a couple of lengths. Sid the Kid now filling the pocket. Electro Longlegs is racing position to third as they work their way off the turn, off that 27-2 opening quarter. And it is right now Brett McDonald and Can Trot at a nice price of 13 to 1 with the lead. Sid the Kid, the 4 to 5 favorite, is second, racing third. Electro Longlegs in Chapter 1, Verse 1. Now Dominion Day is starting to roll to the outside. Then it is Ancient Wall. Olivia's Gold Nugget has moved out. And then back trailing the field is Fortress Landing off that solid 27-2 opening quarter. Can Trot's got the lead. Dominion Day on the outside now is moving, and Dominion Day has come on to take over second. Sid the Kid is racing third, and now Olivia's Gold Nugget is on the outside trying to grab fourth from Electro Longlegs, and Chapter 1, Verse 1 is sixth, and Ancient Wall went off stride. Fortress Landing is past one now, second from last, and now it is Dominion Day has come on to take a slim lead. Can Trot tries to rally. Olivia's Gold Nugget is third, and Sid the Kid sharing third with Olivia's Gold Nugget of a half of 58, three quarters, 127-2. And Dominion Day, Can Trot. Here comes Electro Longlegs now on the outside, three wide. Then Olivia's Gold Nugget and Sid the Kid as the field turns for home. It is Dominion Day as they come on down the stretch drive. Dominion Day, Electro Longlegs at 35 to 1 is trying to close. But it is Dominion Day as they come to the finish. Dominion Day, 2 days late, but gets there on time at the finish. And then it was Electro Longlegs and Sid the Kid and Olivia's Gold Nugget, 158 and 1 in race number 2. Robert, Dominion Day. Well, 3 to 1. We get a bit of a price in there, but nonetheless, Dominion Day. Maybe you just wanted to celebrate the holiday.
Yeah, I guess even more so made sense, right? With that name, the fitting name on July 3rd. Obviously not to go on Canada Day, but it gets the victory 2 days later. And we both thought this one raced really well last time, moving up in classes. Why you get that price, right? I mean, if Dominion Day was right back and against that same group, would have likely been a hefty favorite because was the favorite last time against them and raced well in defeat. You get the value tonight at 3 to 1 because of that step up in class and really raced fantastic. I mean, first over just trots away from them in the stretch. And this double's paying, I think, $56, Gary. So, it's not who wins, it's who you beat. We beat two favorites to start off the pick five sequence. So I think we're going to be in store for a big payout.
And Jason Ryan's been on a bit of a run of late. And there you see him, no urging required, Dominion Day. And look at Electro Longlegs blows it up a little bit at 35 to 1.
Oh, it's going to really help the exotics. I mean, one that I didn't have anywhere. You've got that off a break, outside draw, moves into second at 35 to 1, going to really help the exotics. It looks like the kid came back on for third. Kind of a strange mile for him, right? He gets forwardly placed. Kind of on the backslide was getting chased up, not coming forward, but then kind of found life again late in the mile. So back to the drawing board with that one, but I do think he at least finished up well and ended up finishing fourth though at 4 to 5. But Olivia's Gold Nuggets rounded up the trifecta. So even more so, the reason the trial paid big and the super should be as well.
It's a 4-7-3-5 top four for race number 2. Coming back in front of us is the winner of race number 2. It's number 4, Dominion Day. Dominion Day is a 3-year-old green shoe bay colts owned by the Bay S Stable and also Dreamville Stable and Camelot Stable. Michael Keeling's the trainer. Jason Ryan's the winning driver. First win this year. Second lifetime. Dominion Day. The second race payouts for Dominion Day, $8, 540, 297. Electro Long Legs, 27.50. N 760 and 3 Olivia's Gold Nugget, 330. $2 exactor, 180.90. Dollars fry, 428.95. 20-cent super, 522.81. And the double 4 and 4, 51.90. Fans note in race number 10, number 7, Red Hot Redemption will be a scratch. Race 10, scratch 7, Red Hot Redemption. The second race, order finish from the top, is a 563 14827 scratch. That's 563 14827 scratch.
Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
Fans note in race number 4, we have a driver change in number 4 fitness class. It'll be Brett McDonald to drive. Brett McDonald will drive for fitness class in the 4th. Field 4, race number 3 on parade. One full of personality. Sammy Filia for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. Number 2 is Salzburg Kenny Louis Bois for Eric Nadeau and Daniel Goudreau, and Louis shares in ownership. Number 3 is Pretty Missy May, Scott Culver, Ken Middleton Jr., and James Grant, and Dave Walls and Jane Watkins. Number 4 is All Smoke and Mirrors, Travis Henry for James Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. 5 is Can't Catch Kenzie, Ryan DeRoche for Mike Wyatt-Nioski and Tara Isman and Garrett Isman. Number 6, Love on Me, Travis Cullen for Dave Holiday and Ben Holiday. Number 7, Nasty Reputation, Gary Rive drives and trains and partners with Ashley and Matthew Rive Bohannic. 8 is Big Girl Dream, Scott Young for Cassidy Schneider and Janet O'Brien. And delayed from the post parade is 9, Perfect Emily, Anthony Hahn for Courtney Bishop and Mario Villani and Joe and Nicola Carnevali and Adelio Cicchetti. It's a field of 9 for race number 3. Let's get a look at this field for the third dash. And Rob, if you were dreaming of getting a price on your top pick in the third so far, your dream is a reality. 16 to 1, Big Girl Dreams.
Well, she should be a price, right? She's got post 8. She's missed some significant time, right? Over 6 weeks between starts. And the thing is, though, the angle, though, Gary, is that she enjoyed back-to-back victories with Scott Young aboard at the Raceway in London earlier in the season. And first start for Cassidy Schneider. And we saw a horse move in the same direction that won each of his first 2 starts, Trotter Silent Assassin at Hiawatha Horse Park. So I just think there's a few things going in her favor tonight. I've always been a fan of her. She's hit the board in 6 of her 14 starts this season. Post 8's the big concern, right? I mean, and also the time between starts. I mean, what's the trip going to look like tonight? But one of those ones I think you have to try to get ahead of it this evening, because if she ever shows a lot in the end of her mile, the price will likely diminish next time out. So I'm willing to go with her tonight at 12 to 1.
I love the shot. Listen, you get a price on Big Girl Dreams. You don't get a price in your second choice, Salzburg Annie.
No, because she's the logical one in here, right? She's a speedster, a horse that has already, won in this class and did so with ease. I mean, at 3 to 1, but it was an easy victory. There's no question about that on June the 12th. And then she actually was a good second, and hours of 1 at Mohawk Park before finishing 6th in her latest. Louis Philippe Bois owns part of her. He obviously gets along well with her in the bike as well. So she's kind of the one that I knew would take all the money. Likely the one to catch. Might be tough to beat, but rather take a crack at one at a big price that just has a couple of angles going for her.
And then number 4, All Smoke and Mirrors. We were enamored with this one June the 5th in that win from post 7. Dominant looking effort. Actually went quicker the next week out to finish second. Last race, 4th beat in a length, 58-3.
Yeah, last couple of races I kind of thought she's tailed off a bit, and that's why she gets moved down to the 3rd spot tonight. The wins, the little win streak she went on was very impressive. Still don't know how she paid 4 to 1 shooting the 5th here. And then she did follow it up with a decent second to Salzburg Annie, who she meets again tonight, who's right now 4 to 5. I think she'll likely be in the mix throughout, and she's going to land somewhere on the ticket or the super anyways. 7 to 1 is not a bad number on the board if you like her, and again should be prominent throughout.
And Can't Catch Kenzie beat the maidens here June the 10th, but last 2 starts in against a bit tougher. Didn't fare as well, but Can't Catch Kenzie is one that just might catch a break in here. 5 to 1.
I love the angle, right, of now winners a lifetime open conditions to now condition claimer. It's something I typically jump on. Didn't go to the win position with this one tonight, but I do think she's one you have to keep a close eye on. And 5 to 1, she took the support I was expecting. So I think she can certainly be a part of it. Maybe it comes in the late stages, but one you definitely don't want to leave off your exotics.
I threw Full of Personality in for the third spot, sitting at 12 to 1 on the inside. I like that. Ashley Lenvoy and Sammy Filia. There's some serious value. It's a field of 9 for the third dash, and they are moving towards the start. Field 4, race number 3. Is at the start and the rough, and Can't Catch Kenzie leaves with All Smoke and Mirrors and Full of Personality. It's Full of Personality and Salzburg Annie dueling now. Can't Catch Kenzie, Pretty Missy May is fourth away. Then All Smoke and Mirrors, Nasty Reputation, Perfect Emily, Love on Me, and Big Girl Dreams has to pass 8 to win. Salzburg Annie now 1 to 5 on the board has the front. Full of Personality is able to grab the pocket right. Pretty Missy May is on the inside, racing position third. Can't Catch Kenzie is fourth, and then it is All Smoke and Mirrors as they race off the turn. Then back to Nasty Reputation, who's racing sixth. Further back is Perfect Emily. Then Love on Me, and Big Girl Dreams is back there trailing the field. 27-2 the opening quarter. Salzburg Annie heavily favored, leading up towards the half of a 27-2 opening quarter. Full of Personality at 13-1 is getting a good spot. Pretty Missy May is third. Can't Catch Kenzie fourth. All Smoke and Mirrors is fifth. Then it is back further to Love on Me and Perfect Emily. And now Love on Me takes over from the Perfect Emily and is able to move up one spot, and then way back Big Girl Dreams doesn't seem to have it. They race their way on toward three quarters. Salzburg Annie off a 56-2 halftime. Full of Personality is getting the trip. Can't Catch Kenzie on the outside, getting a little bit closer, sharing second with Full of Personality. All Smoke and Mirrors is situated second over. Pretty Missy May is fifth of the inside. Love on Me is kicking it hardly. And then Nasty Reputation. Three quarters, 125-3, and they're chasing Salzburg Annie. Full of Personality on the inside, and All Smoke and Mirrors on down the stretch drive. Love on Me with All Smoke and Mirrors trying to close against Salzburg Annie. Can't Catch Kenzie is second. Salzburg Annie wins it. Then second appeared to go to All Smoke and Mirrors. Love on Me was charging late. Can't Catch Kenzie on the inside. Salzburg Annie. Well, we got a couple of reasonable prices in the first couple races, Rob, but well, that ends here 1 to 5 on the board.
Yeah, 1 to 5, and probably a favorite. I probably shouldn't have tried to beat, because you get Louis Philippe Bois, coming aboard and just driving another front end score, right? She set legit fractions on the engine, and it was pretty much untouchable in the late stages. First, big favorite of the night gets home, maybe a single for many in the multi-leg wagers. For those still alive, I still think it's going to pay pretty well. But Big Girl Dreams did not look all that sporty going to the gate, and she was taken to the back of the bus, and she ended up making a break in stride. So back to the drawing board with her. I'll kind of monitor closely where she ends up next. But yeah, tonight was definitely not her night.
I think a horse to watch out of here is Love on Me. Travis Cullen, David Holliday, and really looked pretty sporty.
Yeah, I can get behind that, because another one that had the angle going for her of moving to the condition claiming ranks. So it's always a move that I like, right? When they go against open non-winners companies now to condition claiming ranks, and then if they kind of show something in their first try against that level of competition, then even more so. So like that sustained move she made from off the pace. And one I think we could definitely put on the watch list for next time.
Well, and we can usually back Dave Holliday. He does put up some strong numbers consistently, and of course Travis Cullen. But also, we did see that Can't Catch Kenzie actually looked a little bit better here this start.
Yeah, I think she fits in nicely with this group. So she was first over. Did a lot of work this time too, right? She was one that was kind of sitting a trip in that start where she was a winner. Did a lot more work this time around. I thought raced well to be fourth. Lisi Love on Me actually got up for third to really put some value in the bottom of that trifecta. But All Smoke and Mirrors, right? Still kind of doing her thing. In a little too tough tonight against Salzburg Annie, but a good second.
It's a 2-4-6-5 top four. Number 2, Salzburg Annie is a 3-year-old He's Watching Bay filly, owned by Daniel Gaudreau and Louis Bois. Eric Nadeau is the trainer. Louis Philippe Bois, the winning driver, 5th win in 9 starts for Salzburg Annie. 155-1. The third race payouts to Salisbury Candy. 250, 210, 220, 4. All smoke and mirrors, 420, 376. Love on me, 930. $2 exactor, 980. Dollar drive, 45.15. Dollar super, 143.90. The third race, or her finish from the top, 6172435 DNF 8. That's 6172435 DNF 8. Field for the fourth on parade one, HP Run Detector, Mario Bailashah for Benoit Bailashah and Clodamel. Number 2 is Tricky Buck, Jason Ryan for Francis Guillemette and Jean Allaire. Number 3 is Forbidden Treasure, Bob McClure for Caitlin Graham, and the owner is Steve Mihalik of Oakville. 4 is Fitness Class, Brent McDonough for Bill Budd and Hut Racing. 5 is Wolfpack Attack, Scott Kohler for Joe Shaw and Bill Shaw. Number 6, Arcadia Sealster, Travis Henry for Greg McNair and Ross and Brent Holmes. Number 7, Dollar Maker, Gino Toscani for Desiree Jones. 8 is Summer Crush, Semifilia for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. And number 9, JG's pal, Scott Young for Brian Lawrence and Stuart Lawrence. Field of 9, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. And Rob, I'm in shock that HP Run Detector is 7-1. Now I know it is a move up in class, but he crushed last time out.
Racing in the maiden ranks at Mohawk Park before that, and that winning effort. I mean, it was easy as pie, and more than 11 lengths. Obviously facing much tougher, but like you said, like it was so easy. You'd have to think he can handle this up in class, and he was actually racing competitively at Mohawk Park and non-winners of one when he earlier on in his career this season. So I think that I think he's in with a big chance against this group. Pole position, so tricky starting spot for a young trotter, but looks okay right now scoring down. And I think that if he pushes out of there and can ever cut it or sit a trip, he can be right there at the wire at 7-1. I mean, I put him on top thinking he might be a little bit of value, but that's more than I expected.
Number 9, JG's pal. We both liked this one last time out. And, I just kind of disappointed him. I might have punished him too much. I left him off my top 4. I'm probably wrong in that, but you have this one for second.
Yeah, well, we go back to the old theory, right? If you like the 1, you gotta like the 9. Now, maybe not as much over this surface of 5/8 of a mile surface, but I do think that he merits some respect because he had missed significant time going into his latest. Now he comes back on that regular rotation, second start for Brian Lawrence, who's putting up great numbers this season, and you get to follow at a horse that I like in HP Run Detector. So I think with the right kind of a trip, JG's pal can be right there. He was coming forward kind of sneakily. You know, I was disappointed in his performance last time too. I watched that replay. He was kind of coming forward in the closing stride. So I think there's room for him to take a big step forward here, maybe to the winner's circle. But I do think 9-5 might be a little bit short.
Number 6, Arcadia Sealster. You saw this one at London race well at the end of May, and then a nice qualifier here. This is the one that I used for second.
Yeah, it was doing good things at the raceway in London. Won a preliminary leg of the City of London series, and then ended up finishing second in the final 2. Captain Wanya made a break in stride at Mohawk Park. In his latest, I think we can forgive him for that. He came back and qualified well since then over this surface. So by all rights, he should like it here. I thought he would take more support than the 4-1, to be perfectly honest. I thought he'd be one of the favorites. So maybe we see that price come down come post time. Obviously, some time between starts might be the concern, but in with a big chance.
And, you know, both of us disrespected Forbidden Treasure last time out, and he won in this class. And, well, I have him for third, and you have him for fourth, so I think we're still disrespecting him, but the fans aren't. 3-1.
Yeah, I guess he's the Rodney Dangerfield in this class because you know what the thing is that the win was impressive, obviously back on June 5th. I kind of thought maybe he could have raced a little better on June the 12th, but then came right back, got to the winner's circle last time out. By all rights, you've got to respect his chances in here. I thought he would get over bet. 3-1's probably about the right price, so expecting him to get forwardly placed, and he probably sticks around for a big chunk of it.
And, Rob, I was leaning towards taking Wolfpack Attack even farther up than I did. I think he raced a tough bunch at Georgian last time out.
He did, absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely a drop down in class from that effort. For me, I saw him a little bit at Sarnia. He gets a little bit steppy. We'll see if he can stay on the trot tonight.
HP Run Detector, Tricky Buck, Forbidden Treasure on the inside, and the center Fitness Class and Wolfpack Attack, and the outside Arcadia Sealster with Dollar Maker and Summer Crush, and the second tier JG's Pal. Field for the fourth race. The trotters are at the start. And they're off. Forbidden Treasure, then Arcadia Sealster, Dollar Maker, and racing fourth is Wolfpack Attack. And then, well, the break is Tricky Buck. Fifth right now is HP Run Detector. Then Fitness Class, JG's Pal gets away seventh. Then Summer Crush, and Tricky Buck is off stride. Arcadia Sealster has the front. Forbidden Treasure right there in the pocket position. And well placed. Wolfpack Attack is third in the early going as they race their way off the turn, 27-2, opening quarter. Then racing position to fourth right now is Dollar Maker, and they roll on past us heading towards the half. HP Run Detector is fifth. Fitness Class, then JG's Pal and Summer Crush, and Tricky Buck is out of it. Off at 27-2 opening quarter, the field heads up towards the half end. Leading the way, Arcadia Sealster at 9-2. Now HB Run Detector. Detected coming quickly on the outside first over. Alongside Forbidden Treasure, sharing second. That pair is both about two off the lead of Arcadia Sealster. Wolfpack Attack is on the inside fourth. Then Fitness Class. JG's Pal now is kicking into gear. Then it is Summer Crush, and Dollar Maker has dropped out of it. They race on up to three-quarters of a half of 58. JG's Pal from the backfield is flying up into contention. It is still Arcadia Sealster. HB Run Detector trying to close the gap, but right now sharp Arcadia Sealster holds it at a length over HB Run Detector. Forbidden Treasure. JG's Pal is out three wide, and on the inside, Wolfpack Attack is still in the hunt. The field turns for home. Arcadia Sealster off three-quarters, 127. Arcadia Sealster. Forbidden Treasure has been getting the trip and is Wangle out now. Arcadia Sealster, Forbidden Treasure as they come on to the finish, and it's going to be Arcadia Sealster to hold on. Forbidden Treasure second. JG's Pals in a show photo with Wolfpack Attack probably got there for third. 157-3. Arcadia Sealster scores at 9-2. Robert.
Yeah, I thought Arcadia Sealster was going to take a lot more support than that. Arcadia Sealster the six, getting the job done there, and at a decent price, like 9-2. Like I said, I thought that Arcadia Sealster would be at least in the top two for favoritism. Surprised that goes off at 9-2 off that nice winning qualifier right here at Grand River. We always talk about that, right, Gary? You like it when a horse gets that qualifier over the surface, just to kind of get used to it before doing it for the real thing. So had intention on chopping it out, did exactly that, and held off Forbidden Treasure, who raced well to be second.
You know, you say time doesn't matter, but he already shows trotting in 59 over London, the half-mile track, and then qualified. Took faster than our top pick, HB Run Detector, in that dominant win. Now, of course, HB Run Detector didn't need to go any faster.
Right. No, exactly. I mean, for me, again, time, maybe that's a bold statement to say time doesn't matter, but I think that it's not the be-all, end-all when it comes to handicapping, right? Because classification means a lot more to me. And this horse fit based on class as well. Like I said, second to Captain Wanya. Captain Wanya would be 1 to 100 against this group if the parimutuel system allowed it. So I thought, in with a big chance in here. I thought that maybe going against him because he'd be too short of a price, and he goes off at 9-2. But Forbidden Treasure, another one that certainly outperformed my ranking tonight. And JG's Pal, another step in the right direction. Tough to win from where he was trying to come from. So I think he's definitely one to put on the watch list for next time.
And Wolfpack Attack, Rob, does land on the top four.
Yeah, she raced well. She said, she obviously sat an inside trip, but she was able to round out the superfight at 9-1, which will probably pay more than you think, right? We get a couple of the favorites off the ticket anyways.
Back in front of us, number 6, Arcadia Sealster, 3-year-old Muscle Mass Bay colt owned by Ross and Brent Holmes. Greg McNair is the trainer. Travis Henry, the winning driver. It's the second win for Arcadia Sealster. And also the fourth race group, the Runaway Bride group. Tonight, this group is celebrating Shirley Ann and Omar getting married. So, congratulations to the Runaway Bride group, Shirley Ann and Omar, hitching their wagon. The fourth race payouts. 6 Arcadia Seals Durham, $11.50, $4.90, $4, 3 Forbidden Treasure, $3.40, $2.80. 9 JG's Pal, $3.80. $2 Exactor, $57.80. Dollar Trap, $97.80. Dollar Super, $353.75. Fourth race order finish from the top, 582-641-973. That's 582-641-973 on the bottom. Field for race 5 on parade 1, landing pad. Mario by Edisha for Eve Robitaille, and Mario shares in ownership with Cameron Johnstone. Number 2 is Royal Champagne, Paul McKenzie for Katerina Bosniak and JJ Stables. Number 3, Century Isaiah, Ron Waples Jr. drives and trains for Dr. Sheila Atmore. Number 4, Lockdown Romeo, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. 5, It's a Long Story, Anthony Hunt for Paul Meegans and Saltwater Stable and Storyline Stable. Number 6, Woolanack, Tyler Moore for Kenny Ellis. Number 7, Twin Bee Showman, Scotty Kohler for Bob McIntosh and Martin Stables. Number 8 is J. Richard Nice, Bob McClure for Lorimer McClure and Hartel Maintenance. And 9, PL Canella, Brent McDonough for Matt Dupuis. Field of 9, race number 5, a very interesting field of trotters, Rob. I think this sets up as a really fine race here. And J. Richard Nice, your top one, is drawn poorly, but well, that last effort, you'd have to say that was a nice effort.
Yeah, it was a monstrous effort. One that I was expecting in that spot. You know, you got Bob McClure jumping aboard, and he'd had success on that one before. Now, moving up in class in post 8, I mean, obviously that's a tall order for this one, but at the same time, looks fantastic on the track right now. And I thought that he was kind of laid over them last time in non-winners of 2. So it all depends on where he gets situated off the gate, Gary. If he goes to the front, I mean, I think it could be lights out on this group, or at least if he tries to get forwardly placed. But I also think, you know, he doesn't have to, you know, get away near the engine if there's some pace to chase. So love the way it looks right now. 5-2 is about the price I expected, and happy to have him on top.
Well, we definitely have a disagreement here because I just do love Woolanack in here. I think Woolanack is the better horse. Also, I get a 4-year-old against a 3-year-old. We'll see, but Woolanack 3-1. You can't take a lot away from him, though.
Yeah, you can't take too much away from him, and I do love the maturity angle, right? 4-year-old versus 3-year-old is something that I'll jump on all the time. Also has been racing in this class consistently and doing well in it. And I think too, you know, we've seen this horse do good things on the engine, but he seems to race a little better when he chases a target. So maybe that's the game plan tonight. And you're getting a good price now, right? A better price than he was in his last 2. Now that price might diminish come post time, but I do think that he'll likely be maybe second choice in the betting, maybe even third choice in the betting at the word go. So I like Woolanack today, and even more so if he's kind of chasing them off a helmet.
And you know, if P.L. Canella could talk, he'd be saying, listen, I beat this class handily last time out. I beat your Woolanack. I think I can get J. Richard Nice. What's going on here? 7-2.
Yeah, and he has every right to say that, because I watched that replay back and take nothing away from him. I mean, he took a lot of support in the odds board last time, and then he showed it, right? The money was correct. He was overland for a lot of that mile. He trotted away from them. He did so kind of with ease on the end of that journey, to be perfectly honest. But there's a big thing standing in his way now, and that's the trailing post. And you know, last time rail control, yeah, he gets away 6 off the gate, but now he goes to that trailing post, and we know you can get kind of mired in traffic when you do start from back there. So I think that's why he's 7-2, but you still have to have him everywhere in the exotics.
And then number 2, Royal Champagne. We didn't show that one enough respect at all last time out. 18-1. We thought maybe that June 19th start was maybe a bit of a one-off. He says, no. Back-to-back good starts.
Yeah, and you know, we're probably not giving him enough respect tonight. I think it just kind of speaks to the depth of this field. This is a really good not winners of three dash on the trot at the river. I mean, Royal Champagne has raced great in his last two to hit the board. And now he does get that other inside draw. He gets a post edge over many in here, and you're getting 7-1 again. Would not be surprised to see this one, land somewhere on the ticket. Maybe if you want to go to him as an upsetter, I wouldn't begrudge you for it because he's value on the board.
Another one that might be value is Twin B Showman, Scotty Culver, Bob McIntosh. Big effort last time to come from ninth at the top of the stretch to finish second. I want to see what this one does. But landing pad, Royal Champagne, Century Isaiah on the inside. In the center, Lockdown Romeo, It's a Long Story. And to the outside, Wolanak, Twin B, Showmats, and J. Richard Nice in the second tier, PL Canella. It's a field of 9 for race number 5. And the field for the 5th race is in the backstretch. And they're at the start, and from the outside, J. Richard Nice. Not so nice. Went off stride. Now leaving out Lockdown Romeo. Royal Champagne. Landing pad on the inside. Wolanak is racing fourth. Then Century Isaiah. It's a Long Story. PL Canella. Back further is Twin B Showmance, who's racing eighth in front of J. Richard Nice. Royal Champagne has uncorked some early speed and is going to roll on past that opening quarter in a lively time with landing pad racing position second, 27-1. Opening quarter. And then third, Lockdown Romeo as they race their way off the turn and works in front of Wolanak, who's fourth, and then Century Isaiah. It's a Long Story, PL Canella, then Twin B Showmance and J. Richard Nice, but it is Royal Champagne racing on that lead and heading towards the half of a 27-1 opening quarter. Landing pad has landed a nice trip. And then, Lockdown Romeo, thou art third right now. Wolanak is racing position to fourth and is still on the inside and is now going to pop out as moving up on the outside was PL Canella, who picks that one's cover. Century Isaiah's on the inside. It's a Long Story. Twin B Showmance now starts to kick in, and J. Richard Nice, 3 wide, has a lot of work to do, but is coming hard. They race their way on towards the 3/4, and it is Royal Champagne. From the backfield, J. Richard Nice has passed a bunch of horses and is moved up to take over fourth. It is Royal Champagne. Wolanak now is within striking distance second. PL Canella third. J. Richard Nice is fourth and getting closer. Is about 3 1/4 off the lead. They turn from 3/4, 127. Royal Champagne. Wolanak. J. Richard Nice is into the picture and on the inside. PL Canella as they come to the finish. Wolanak in the center of the track. Wolanak is going to get the win. Wolanak. And then on the inside, PL Canella. Royal Champagne is there with J. Richard Nice for third. 157 flat. Wolanak does get the win, Rob, but I guess based on what we saw, if J. Richard Nice doesn't make a break, I think we know how this race might have unfolded.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he'd be back in the winner's circle. Just trying to go forward off the gate and made a miscue right from an outside draw, and obviously changed the whole complexion of the race. And then he's got a race from way out of it. But yeah, tremendous recovery to get any kind of piece of it, and he got pretty close to them at the end there. But Wolonek went back to chasing a target. Right. I mean, that was kind of the important thing for him. I mean, he was racing well on the lead, but just kind of getting caught in the late stages. It just seems to really pull up his socks when he gets to chase one, and he goes past here. Nice victory at 3-1.
And note the inquiry sign is up, and it pertains to that break in stride of number 8, J. Richard Nice. But the thing to remember when you watch this race, the reason why I started making note of him from way back, because he was really flying.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's a horse that's versatile too, right? Obviously, you want to see him forwardly placed or on the engine. I mean, he certainly seems to really race well and thrive in those situations. But he's one that can also come from way out of it too, and he showed that in here. So again, inside draw next time. Hopefully, Bob will be aboard and we can jump right back on his bandwagon. But he'll likely take a lot more support off that effort.
Are we going to start showing a little more respect to Royal Champagne?
I think we have to. I mean, I said it too, right? I had him picked for fourth, and I said I probably didn't give him enough respect because he'd been racing really well, and he did figure as being one that was going to, try to blast off today. It only made sense, and he stuck around nicely for a piece of the trifecta, anyways. And I thought that again, he kind of outraced his odds. He went off at 9-2, but he raced better than the support that he took, and better than where we had him pegged.
Well, we did have the right four, but and look, this is a case where I could say I was right, but I would say I was right, but I was wrong.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but you know what? I know you're a big fan of Wallinack, and at 3-1, that's still a nice little victory.
And I did say I was interested to see what Twinbee Showmans would do. From way back, came on to get onto that high five.
Yeah, moving up in class for him, he's one that I think we need to keep an eye on. Raced tremendously well two back, and then turned in another decent effort tonight.
62987. Note that inquiry does pertain to number 8, J. Richard Nice. The inquiry, the break and stride at the start. But number 6, Wollenag, 4-year-old Wheeling and Dealing Brown Gelding, leased by Kenny Ellis. Kenny's also the trainer. Tyler Moore's the winning driver. It's the 5th win this year. 8th lifetime. Wollenag, 157 flats. Fans, while we're awaiting the result of the inquiry, just note that in the 6th race, 1 Pink Monster, it is Travis Henry driving. Travis Henry driving 1 Pink Monster in the 6th. Fans, note the judge's ruling that there were no violations by number 8, J. Richard Nice. The fifth race, payout 6 Wallanack, 880, 370, 280. 2 Royal Champagne, 570, 340. 9 Peel Canella, 320. $2 Exactor, 26.60. Dollar Try, 36.85. Dollar Pick 3, 34.35. And the dollar pick 4, 191.65. The dollar pick 5, 1360.80. And a dollar high five of 570.35. the fifth race, order of finish from the top, 826-971-543. That's 826-971-543 on the bottom.
We've reached the halfway point of our 10 card here at Grand River Raceway on this wonderful Wednesday night, and it's time for the late pick five. Always a low take at a 15%. There's a ticket that I've mapped out for you. $14.40. The 4 and 5 here in the opening leg. JS bet this lady. I like this one getting back to the claiming ranks. And Val Victorian, when you have to have, Val Victorian will be the likely heavy favorite. So 4-5 for me in race number 6, 2, 5, and 7 in race number 7, giving the edge to the 5 flex on them and the 7 fast approach, but also using the 2 dictatorial because one I've been using in the Horse Players Journal at Mohawk Park gets to face softer now at Grand River. Race number 8, just the 5, Baron's Weapon. Looks like the most probable winner on the card. Won easy last time, right back in the same class, 7 for 17 on the season. 13 on the board finish. Is so hard to go against him, but he'll be a price of the shortest variety in race number 8, 4, 5, and 7 in race number 9. Fond of the 4 Century Gigolo. Getting back in the regular rotation, kind of got shuffled last time, but going 3 deep in there, 4, 5, and 7. Race number 10, the 1, 2, 6, and 8. Easily the best race, fantastic last time, but now shifts out to the 8 hole. Going to use the 1, 2, and 6 along with that one. $14.40 for a 20-cent ticket. And then Conley's got a ticket for us as well for this late pick 5 sequence. We'll see what he's got in store for us. Very economical ticket from the looks of it there. 3 deep here in the opening leg, 2, 3, and 5. And then race number 7, the 5 and 6. So he's got flex on them in My Time, Your Money. And then in race 8, just the 5, Baron's Weapon. And then just the 1, Control the Goal in race 9. And then just the 8, easily the best in the finale. So finishing it off with 3 singles. Ignore the cost on there. It says $8, just $1.20 for his ticket. Just $1.20 for a 20-cent ticket for that ticket there with those 6 combinations. Finishing off with 3 singles for Conley. But just a minute or two to map out your winning wagers for this late pick 5 sequence. Again, the takeout's always a low 15%. Gary and I will take a closer look at race number 6 after the post parade.
Field for the 6th on parade. 1, Pink Monster. Travis Henry for Tim Myers and Boris Loss. And number 2 is No Money Honey. Jason Ryan for Mike White, Nioski, and Stuart and Patricia Bolander. Number 3 is Royal Tell. Mark McDonnell for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number 4 is Jazz Bet This Lady. Jay Harris for Roger Gebhardt and Carol Gebhardt. 5 is Val Victoria. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. And number 6, Feel It in Your Hands. Bob McClure for Gaetan Hébert. And number 7, Siri Silster, Austin Sorry for Ben Wallace and Wallace Stanabreds. And 8 is Mulligan Philly Bradley Legacy for Gaetan Hebert and Duncan and Shirley Bust and Mario Hebert. Field of 8, race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. And Val Victorian 3 to 5, and Rob, I don't think is going to be going up. This is one that has been just outstanding, and of course didn't win in the last two, but First of an Era won. Well, where would First of an Era be in this class?
Back to odds-on favoritism of the shortest variety too. She won her way out of this class. She's now moved on to Mohawk Park on Friday. I think I have her pegged for second in the Horse Players Journal, facing tougher competition. So it just makes sense that Val Victorian is going to be the one to beat now, right? Runner-up and a good runner-up in each of her last two to that rival, and had back-to-back victories before that at other venues. So it looks good on the track right now, 3 to 5 on the board. She's going to continue to take all the support and go off at a real short price, and will likely be a single for many to start off this late pick 5.
And number 4, JS Bet This Lady is your choice for second, and I can understand that because raced against some solid ones last time out and was competitive, a solid third.
Yeah, I thought raced well to be third. And you know how much I like Raz and Jazz, right? Raz and Jazz and non-winners of 2. I mean, 53 and 3. She went even faster the start before that. And this one I thought was a good third. And now you get away from that open non-winners company back to the condition claiming ranks. Was a winner in this class, 2 back by a head at 18 to 1. And has won 2 of her last 4, right, against kind of similar companies. So I just thought that she'd be an overlay on the odds board. She's much bigger price than I expected at 13 to 1. I think that's got to come down to about 7 to 1 or so come post time, maybe 6 to 1. But I think she's the one you might want to go to for an upsetter.
Number 2, No Money Honey. I didn't use that one on my top 4, and I'm starting to think that might have been an oversight because No Money Honey was a nice winner here 2 races ago. And last race, that was a decent enough effort. But I think overall, No Money Honey has shown enough if you look at the 3 starts before that last one.
Yeah, I think so. And you got to remember the whole complexion of this racing class changes without First of an Era being in here, right? Because that one has just been so strong on the front end and just such a dominant winner. So when you remove that one now, like last time, this horse is first over, No Money Honey's first over for a lot of that mile before having to settle for 5th. Well, now might not be as tough sledding out there with a similar journey. Really nice winner 2 back. Should be better acclimated to this level of competition, and I think should be able to land somewhere on the ticket. And, not the worst price in the world at 7 to 2, but I'd probably want a shade or 2 higher. I was betting her to win.
I used Royal Tell a little higher, and Royal Tell is one that I think at least has to be somewhere in the top 4 because it comes in 6 consecutive top 4s. Royal Tell and Mark McDonnell for the fine barn of Jody Cullen.
Yeah, you've got 2 Cullen horses in here that are well meant, right? Val Victorian, though, having a lot more success as of late, but Royal Tell, by all rights, should be able to sit that favorable trip again from post 3, and then maybe see what she can get in the stretch. Like you said, she's been hitting the board with frequency. She hasn't been worse than 4th in recent efforts, and she should be able to land somewhere in the exotics.
And Rob, I might be dreaming, but I threw Mulligan Philly in for 4th, sitting at 50 to 1.
Well, certainly would spice things up underneath for you.
It's a field of 8. Pink Monster, No Money Honey, Royal Tell on the inside. In the center, Jazz Bet This Lady, Val Victorian to the outside. Feel It in Your Hand, Series Silster, and Mulligan Philly. It's a field of 8. It's the 6th dash. And the field for race number 6 is at the start of the rough. Val Victorian, Jazz Bet This Lady, and then also getting up well, No Money Honey, Pink Monster, Royal Tell. Then Feel It in Your Hands and Series Silster, and Mulligan Philly is back trailing the field as they race their way on around the turn, and it is Val Victorian 2 to 5 on the board, and coming on to grab the lead. Jazz Bet This Lady, 17 to 1 is second. No Money Honey is third as they work their way off the turn. Then it is Pink Monster and Royal Tell. And then further back as they roll on towards us, and that is Series Silster. Then Feel It in Your Hands, and Mulligan Philly is trailing the field. Val Victorian off a 26 and 4 opening quarter, cruising along on top. And Racing filling the pocket, JS Bet This Lady. No Money Honey is third right now. Pink Monster is on the inside, fourth in front of Royal Tell. Then it is back to Siri Sealster. Mulligan Philly on the inside, and to the outside, Feel It in Your Hands. And they work off a half of 56 and 3, a 29 and 4. Second panel breather, Val Victoria. No Money Honey on the outside is trying to take second from JS Bet This Lady. Then Pink Monster fourth and Royal Tell is fifth. Then Siri Sealster and Feel It in Your Hands and Mulligan Philly. And they head on to three quarters, and Val Victoria is sharp on top. Leads by 3 right now. Jazz Bet This Lady holds on to second. Then Royal Tell and No Money Honey. Then it is Pink Monster, Siri Sealster, Feel It in Your Hands, and Mulligan Philly in the field turns for home. On down the stretch drive they come. And it is all Val Victorian, as they come on to the finish, is going to take this one with no urging. JS Bet This Lady was second. Then it was Royal Tell and No Money Honey. 150, 2 and 4. Val Victorian. That was a rather nice training mile for Val Victorian, Robert.
Yeah, it sure was, right? You get to shake the legs of First of an Era, and it's just as easy as pie for Val Victoria. And you know what, Gary? I'm pretty happy. I got the lineup I wanted, and we got a nice exacted down here. The probable's $19 on a 5-4. And as soon as JS Bet This Lady landed in the 2-hole, I felt pretty good about that because, I used both those horses in the pick 5 just in case maybe JS Bet This Lady could, spark an upset, but certainly more than happy to get this exacted down.
And it's nice to get at least one leg in on the pick 5.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is sometimes nice to get past one, even when they are the shortest of prices, a 2 to 5. But hey, we'll still take it and truck on to the next leg.
Look, I'm not just digging at you because we both got knocked out in the first race this evening.
Yeah, listen, it happens, right? I mean, I said this card might produce some upsets. Now this back half might be a little more formful, and this was a Cullen Crush job here.
Yeah, and it comes in, as you said, you had it 5-4-2-3 as your top, and it comes in 5-4-3-2. So it was pretty laid out on the program, and it raced about the way you might have expected. But I was surprised, 52 and 4. It'd be interesting to see. Val Victorian just keeps on showing us more.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, listen, she's been doing great things, obviously, here at the River and beyond. Yeah, even had a win in hours of 2 at Mohawk Park by 7 lengths back with a last quarter of 26 and 4. So she's showing she can kind of make the rounds, the tracks around Ontario, and she's a versatile type. So I think we'll see good things from her going forward.
It's a 5-4-3-2 top 4, and coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 6. It's number 5, Val Victorian, 4-year-old Real Desire brown mare, owned by A1 Stable of Dundas. Jody Cullen is the trainer, Travis Cullen the winning driver. It's the 4th win for Val Victorian this year, 8th lifetime. 152 and 4, a new career mark. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 3 Royal Tell, who finished third, is going to be placed back to 7th for causing interference to 7 Siri Sealster. That is in the 6th race. 3 Royal Tell finished third, placed back to 7th. The new top 4, 5, 4, 2, 1. Sixth race, number 5, Val Victorian, 280, 230, 210. 4 Jazz, Bet This Lady, 750 and 410 and 2. No Money Honey, 250. $2 exact, 1870. Dollar Try, 1695. Dollar Super, 69.20. The sixth race or finish is of 5 place 4, 4 place 3, 3 place 7, 2 1, 7 place 6, 6 place 5, and 8 on the bottom. Once again from the top down after the placing 4 3 7, 2 1, 6 5 8.
Val Victorian proved too much for them in race number 6, starting off the late pick 5 with the favorite. Now we move on to the late pick 4. Always low take out of 15%. Spans from this race, number 7, to the finale on the card, race 10. And there's the ticket that I've mapped out. 2, 5, and 7 here in the 7th race. So 3 deep here in a tricky looking trotting event. Race number 8, just a 5. Happy to go it alone with Baron's Weapon. He's been racing fantastic here at the River and beyond. He's won 3 of his last 4. Tough to go against as a heavy favorite on race number 8, 4, 5, and 7 in race number 9. I do like Sentry Gigolo's chances, hoping that he does go off at a little bit of a value price from post 4 after getting shuffled back last time out. And then 1, 2, 6, and 8 in the finale. Going to use the inside too, thinking they should provide decent numbers on the board. And of course, Happy Nays, number 6 on my ticket, and the 8, easily the best too. Was fantastic in victory last time out. $7.20 for a 20-cent ticket. We'll see what Conley's got in store for us. Now, he finished his pick 5 with 3 singles, so I'm assuming, there it is there. Just 40 cents. Look at that. So if you really wanted to pinch your pennies, you can play it for 40 cents. You might as well play it for a few dollars anyways. $1 ticket. It's just going to cost you $2. He's got the 5 and 7 here, which are the 2 logical ones, right? Flex on them and fast approach. Then he's going to run it out with a trio of singles. The 5, Baron's Weapon, who's also my pick 4 and pick 5 single in race number 8. Control the Gold with Rail Control in race number 9. And then he's going to easily the best to double up from post 8 in the finale. Again, just 40 cents for 20 cents or $2 for $1. That's Conley's late pick 4 ticket. He's trying to get it with a real skinny ticket and probably going to play it for quite a few dollars himself. But you got a minute or so to map out your winning wagers for this late pick 4 sequence. Again, the takeout's always below 15%, and we'll come back just a few moments after the post break to take a closer look at race number 7.
Field for the 7th on parade 1, Bridgewater Boy. Dan Meegans for Paul Meegans in Saltwater Stable. Number 2, Dictatorial, Shane Weber for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 3 is Tamil Twister, Austin Story Drives for Don Lindsay and Paul Lindsay. And number 4 is Smokin' Miramont, Chevy Bruno for Julie Walker. The owner is Michelle Raymond. Number 5, Flex on Them, Jay Harris for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows in Windermere Stable, and Edward Wilson and Blair Corbeil. Number 6, My Time, Your Money, Rob Jenkins Jr. for Felix Marion. Number 7, Fast Approach, Bob McClure for Mark Etzel and Dean Lockhart and Peter Porter. And the brand is Massive Tattoo, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bossenworth. Field of 8, race 7, Austin Surrey Drive 3, Tamil Twister. Let's get a look at this field in number 7, Fast Approach, Bob McClure for Mark Etzel. Strong connections. And Fast Approach, one that you've seen plenty of at Mohawk, Robert.
Yeah, I've seen this horse a lot at Mohawk, and it did try him a couple times anyways on top in the Horse Players Journal. But, he disappointed as the favorite in 2 of his last 5 there. And then since then, he's kind of, had a price that's kind of been rising up on the odds board after doing that. Was second to Sid the Kid on May 23rd, but that's his only top 3 finish. So he looks really good on the track right now. Looks fantastic out there. I know quite a few people that have been fond of this horse as well throughout his 8 starts at Mohawk Park. Gets to face softer company tonight at the River, and maybe that's the answer. I couldn't go it alone with him in the pick 4, the pick 5, just because he's still 0 for 8, just at that 1 second, and I thought he'd get over bet, and right now he's 3-2, which is about the right price, I think.
Yeah, and he's probably going to stay there. Look, you also went to number 5, Flex on Them, as did I, and looks like the one that might be the most logical second choice. Another one that you've been seeing at Mohawk.
Yeah, three horses in this race coming from Mohawk Park, and I think they're the 3 you've got to be involved with. And Flex on Them, to me, has been racing okay. 5th place, 4th last time in a race where Magic Dealer won by as much as he pleased, and the 3rd before that, and has hit the board in 2 of his last 4 overall. So he gets a bit of a post edge, right? Post 5 should help his chances. I think he's likely going to get forwardly placed off the gate. And to me, that they're kind of interchangeable, Gary. Like Flex on Them and Fast Approach, I'd say whatever one's the bigger price on the board's probably the better bet to win. And they both can kind of be right there at the wire.
And then Dictatorial. This is one that, last race things went awry with a couple of breaks, but Dictatorial did show a mile of 57-2 with a good final quarter of 27-4 just a few starts back. We'll see if this one can bounce back.
Yeah, I was chasing this one too in the Horse Players Journal, a couple of those starts, and did make that miscue last time. Shane Weber jumps aboard now to drive. It was able to keep this one flat in qualifier. So, maybe we'll see that kind of wake this one up. Does have, an inside draw. It's taking steady support too, right? I thought the 3-1 was a little bit, too low in the morning line, maybe more like 9 or 10-1, but 5-1 taking steady support. And I thought this horse had a bit of go. So maybe we'll see him raise his game tonight here at the River. And like I said, I went 2, 5, and 7 in the pick 4 and the pick 5. I took all the horses making the trip from Mohawk Park.
Well, number 3, Tamil Twister. I squeezed that one up a spot into 3rd. Austin Story with the drive and improved a bit last time out and now gets an improved post position. Good final quarter also last race.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all because, Tybo Twister kind of progressing steadily, right? I mean, just 2 starts, but got away 7th off the gate from post 7, 2 back, and finished 7th last time. Got to 4th, and now you get a much better post draw from the 3 hole. But taking a lot more support than I expected at 5-1. So I would say, using this one underneath the exotics is a must. But I still have a hard time getting him on the win end tonight.
It's a field of 8 trotters for race number 7. They're taking up their positions. Bridgewater Boy, Dictatorial, and Tamil Twister on the inside. In the center, Smokin' Miramont and Flex on Them. On the outside, My Time, Your Money, Fast Approach, and Massive Tattoo. Field of 8, race number 7. The field for the 7th race. The trotters are turning into the backstretch, nearing the start. The 7th race trotters are at the start in the rough, and Smokin' Miramon is driving early. A break in stride from My Time, Your Money. And then also off stride is Timel Twister. Now Fast Approach on the outside second. Now drops back to third as Smokin' Miramon is going to be second. Fast Approach is in the front 3. Then a gap of 3. Bridgewater Boy, Dictatorial, and Massive Tattoo, and 2 breakers that are out of it. They race their way off the turn, and it is Flex on them who's got the lead right now for Jay Harrison, being watched by Fast Approach and Bob McClure, rolling along a rather racing second, Smokin' Miramon and JB Renault, and then Fast Approach and Bob McClure, who's racing position to third. And then it is Bridgewater Boy fourth, Dictatorial, and Massive Tattoo. Those 6 trotters now heading up towards the half. Off an opening quarter at 29 seconds, and Flex on them is right now flexing his muscles a little bit, stretching out the advantage to about 4 or 5, and Fast Approach now is racing on the outside and taking over second and is trying to reel in. Flex on them. It is Flex on them and Fast Approach, and Smokin' Miramon, Bridgewater Boy. Dictatorial is racing 5th, and then 6th is Massive Tattoo. Flex on them, but Fast Approach 1 to 5 is trying to get up a little bit closer, but it's still Flex on them, who leads at a length and 3/4 over Fast Approach. 3/4 recorded by Flex on them as they race on the final turn, 129 and 2. Fast Approach is getting closer. Fast Approach now has dead aim on Flex on them and is not getting any urging just yet. Is moving right alongside Flex on them. Flex on them and Fast Approach as they turn for home. Fast Approach on down the stretch drive, and now has Flex on them measured and has come on by. And it is Fast Approach as they come to the finish. Gets a couple little light taps to keep on going as it is Fast Approach, Flex on them, Dictatorial, and then Smokin' Miramon. 159 and 4. Fast Approach and Bob McClure looked very good, and it was kind of interesting, Rob, when he made the front. He kind of maybe fell asleep there for a couple of strides, like, okay, I'm done. I did my job.
Yeah, he's an interesting horse like that. You know, he's kind of had opportunities to win at Mohawk Park and hasn't been able to do it. You can see today, though, Bob had looked like he had all kinds when he was sitting on the helmet of Flex on them when he moved around a rival on the backside. And you could just see it was a matter of time before he kind of forged past. But I think he's one that yeah, doesn't know what to do when he does get to the front there, because he did kind of wait on Flex on them a little bit to come with him. But nonetheless, it was an easy victory, and kind of the way we thought it would pan out, right? The 3 horses from Mohawk Park end up finishing 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be the chalkiest of trifectas.
Maybe he went to stay with his friend, because sometimes they don't know that, hey, I'm supposed to just say goodbye to him and just go off by myself.
Yeah, it's true, right? They're pack animals, right? Some of them don't like to go by horses, and this is one here where, again, like you said, as soon as he kind of put his nose in front and started to trot away, he was kind of like probably looking around as to, where is everyone, right? And that's why he only wins by half a length, but the margin could have been a lot more.
Yeah, and then we do get, as you mentioned, Dictatorial and Smokin' Miramon. So just a second start, and Smokin' Miramon really didn't do all that much in the first start, but that's a little bit better now. So one to maybe build on, and Julie Walker's putting up some numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of expect that from that barn too, right? They usually kind of progress nicely from one start to the next, and especially the trotters I see them send out usually kind of find their best stride in the second and third start.
It's a 7-5-2-4 top 4 in race number 7. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 7. It's number 7, Fast Approach. What time is it? It's prime time. Bob McClure victorious with Fast Approach, a 3-year-old Walner Bay gelding, owned by Mark Hetzel and Dean Lockhart and Peter Porter. Mark Hetzel, the trainer. Fast Approach victorious, 159-4. The 7th race payouts. 7, Fast Approach, 270, 210, 210. 5, Flex on them, 230, 240. 2, Dictatorial, 350. $2 exact or $4.90. Dollar try, $6.50. Dollar super, $41.30. The seventh race order finished in the top 63742 815. That's 63742 815 on the bottom. Field 4 race. Number 8 is on parade. 1 is Kansas Panic Anthony Hunt from a Corona, the estate of Brian Paquette. Number 2, J.K.'s Henry, Sammy Filia for Zachary Carroll and Charles Windsor and Helen McCrackis. Number 3, Smart Thinking, Scott Kohler for Kim BX. For King Jules, Jason Ryan for James Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. 5 Baron's Weapon, Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen, and A1 Stable. Number 7, Valentino of Lita, Dale Spence for Ben Hollingsworth and Mike Goldberg. And number 8, Jafar Dulac, Scott Young for Jim Flynn. Jim shares in ownership with Doreen Flynn. It's a field of 7 for race number 8. Scratched is number 6, Better on Ice. Let's get a look at this field, and well, I think I know where I want to start looking. How about 5 Baron's Weapon, Robert? That seems like a good idea.
Rate in this class. He's won 6 of his last 10, Gary. Hit the board in all those efforts, and just so hard to go against him. He got away 4th last time, then rushed to the lead in the middle stages, but he's also shown he can race, off cover and from off the pace as well. So 1 to 2 is about the price you can expect, if not shorter, come post time. And again, I couldn't look beyond him in any of the multi-leg wagers.
Yeah, look, last time there was no show wagering allowed, and Baron's Weapon romped and back in the same class. I think we just have to look to figure out who to use underneath them. And, well, we had a difference of opinion here on who to go underneath. You went to 1, Kansas Panic. Yeah, I kind of like that idea from the inside.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we both kind of noted last time that we thought he raced pretty well to be 3rd to Baron's Weapon. He got away 6th off the gate, made up ground in the late stages, good back half, 56-4. So a horse that typically does his best work, when it matters most in the final quarter, uh, moves out of the pole position, and I think will likely be getting a similar journey tonight, maybe a bit closer from there. Maybe might be able to hold position on the inside. Doesn't have a lot of gate speed though. But in any event, my main play underneath, but nothing too sexy about that. Second choice, the betting at 3 to 1.
Rob, I'm a doughhead. I said we have a difference of opinion. Yeah, well, my second pick was scratched. I got to wake up here. How about let's get a look at number 7, Valentino of Lita.
Yeah, this is whatever I liked last time. I tried to beat Baron's Weapon, which was probably pretty foolish last time, but it was with Valentino of Lita, and kind of got. I wanted this one to kind of be on the pace, with the lead, and that kind of uh, was not going to happen very early in that race when getting shuffled back to 3rd, anyways, and then held position to finish 4th. I thought raced okay, but I like the fact that now he gets a second try in the condition claiming ranks, second consecutive start, has had success in the condition claiming ranks before. Moves in a spot now in the gate with a scratch of the 6 Better on Ice, and maybe gets forwardly placed to get a piece of it again. I couldn't go back to putting this one on top just because how good Baron's Weapon was last time, but I do think landing on the ticket's a strong possibility.
The 4th spot, I don't think it's all that simple to figure out because J.K.'s Henry was okay. Smart Thinking finished a 2nd at Sarnia. Jafar Dulac on the outside is coming in off of a good spot. Where did you go?
I'd go to Smart Thinking now, I think. I was kind of toying with that one in my original picks before the 6 Better Nice got scratched. And it's because now when there's a 1,500 last 3 class, Sarnia, some good horses that, show up in there. Legal Better, Trident Seals are there, okay. Drinking Buddy beat him last time by 4 lengths, but still, he still finished 2nd. So I thought he's been racing pretty good in his recent efforts. He's hit the board in 3 of his last 4. Kind of been known as a closer over 16 this year, but might be able to get a little more forwardly placed tonight and land somewhere in the exotics.
I think I'd go to J.K.'s Henry only because missed time before that last race and finished 3rd and a good enough mile, too. It's a field of 7 for race number 8, taking up their positions. It'll be Kansas Panic, J.K.'s Henry on the inside. In the center, Smart Thinking and King Jules and Baron's Weapon. To the outside, Valentino of Lita and Jafar Dulac. It's a field of 7 for race number 8. Field for the 8th race. is at the start and the rough, and Valentino of Lita. King Jules is blasting out. Then Baron's Weapon as they charge on into that first turn. But now JK's Henry is sharing third with Baron's Weapon, and fifth is Kansas Panic. Then it is Smart Thinking, and back to Jafar Dulac. But Valentino of Lita at 19 to 1 has the early lead. King Jules at 30 to 1 is second. Baron's Weapon is an unhurried third right now and is about 3 1/4 off the lead as they race their way off the turn. Then it is JK's Henry, Kansas Panic, back further is Smart Thinking, and then moving to the outside but trailing the field is Jafar Dulac. Valentino of Lita leads right now for Dale Spence as they head their way towards the half, and now up and driving is Baron's Weapon as they work their way up towards the half, and on the inside, racing position to third is King Jules. JK's Henry right now is fourth, then Kansas Panic, further back to Smart Thinking, and then Jafar Dulac, Valentino of Lita. Baron's Weapon tucked into the pocket right now and is biding time behind Valentino of Lita. And King Jules is racing third. And now Kansas Panic has moved up and taken over fourth. Then JK's Henry on the inside and racing on the outside. That is Smart Thinking. Valentino of Lita. Baron's Weapon pops out right now. Valentino of Lita. Baron's Weapon is coming on and is only about a nose off Lita. Now grab the front. It is Baron's Weapon, Valentino of Lita, and Kansas Panic, and Smart Thinking now is fourth. As the field turns for home, Baron's Weapon, Kansas Panic on down the stretch route they come. Baron's Weapon, Kansas Panic is looking for the upset and now has the late lead. Kansas Panic, Baron's Weapon, Kansas Panic gets it. Baron's Weapon was second, Smart Thinking third, JK's Henry, Kansas Panic. Well, our second choice managed to get by the 1 to 5 Baron's Weapon, Rob.
The engine early. Now Baron's Weapon still ended up getting a pretty decent trip, all things considered. 3-hole, then was able to sew up to the pocket. Came around that one, and Kansas Panic just wasn't was a lot closer. Had that one in range tonight, and goes by. Last week I remember we actually said this is what we'd watch for next time, but sometimes Gary we don't come back to those ones when they end up in a similar situation going up against one like Baron's Weapon. But Kansas Panic, we'll call it a mini upset, but I think it's a much bigger knockout in the multi-leg wagers as than what his price is vertically in this race.
And you could tell that Travis Cullen was kind of working Baron's Weapon there at the top of the stretch, and again right there that it wasn't just going to be all that easy.
Yeah, no, he came under pressure, obviously much sooner. Didn't come under pressure at all last time. He was under pressure. You could see on the final turn and heavier pressure at the head of the stretch. And Kansas Panic had all the momentum coming forward and was a strong winner, really. And, Smart Thinking, I thought, raced pretty well, too. Fit in nicely with this group and did what he usually does. Went back to racing from off the pace and was moving well in the late stages.
Well, and of course, we like Jody Cullen's barn, but you can also like Meg Crone's barn because they both have reasonably similar numbers and are both consistently good year in and year out as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but two barns that I can bet with confidence, and it was a case there where I think just the recent form of Baron's Weapon kind of made us have blinders on, and that's why we couldn't get the Kansas Panic on top.
And all the work was done by Valentino of Lita and gets nothing to show for it. It's a 1-5-3-2 top four. Kansas Panic is a 4-year-old Sunshine Beach round gelding owned by the estate of Brian Paquette. Meg Crone, the trainer, Anthony Hahn, the winning driver, third win this year, and it is the 7th win lifetime. Kansas Panic. Eighth race payouts: 1 Kansas Panic, 920, 240, 210. 5 Baron's Weapon, 210, 210. 3 Smart Thinking, 290. $2 Exactor, 1430. Dollar Try, 39.30. Dollar Super, 100, 31.10. Eighth race sort of finished from the top. 14362 scratch 57. That's 14362 scratch 57 on the bottom. Field for the ninth on parade. 1, Control the Gold, Anthony Hotford, Jessica Hayter. Jessica trains and partners with Ed Hayter. Number 2, PL Quicksand, Austin Torrey for Matt Dupuis. Number 3 is Moonlight Boy, Jimmy Gagnon for Stefan Gagnon. For Century Gigolo, Travis Henry for Ashley Lenvoy. The owner is Gino Toscani. 5 is Don't Poke the Bear, Dale Spence for Ken Middleton Jr. And trains and partners with James Grant, Dave Walls, and Kendall Middleton. Number 6, Viper, Sammy Filya for Rick Ciron and Stacy Smith Robinson. And number 7, Better Be Good, Paul McKenzie for Blake McIntosh and Leanne Murphy. Field of 7, race number 9. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, you came right back to Century Gigolo. Tried him last week on top and got beaten by Ham Sandwich. And, well, why not try it again?
But then he kind of got shuffled back, not really the name of his game at all. And then when he did find room, he came on really nicely to be second to Ham Sandwich, and maybe would have had a better fate if he was able to kind of chop things out or sit a 2-hole trip. But in any event, I know Sugar Doyle caught up with trainer Ashley Lenvoy, put the interview on X. I'll call it correctly for you, Gary. I know you get bothered when I call it Twitter. But he caught up with her tonight, and she just thought that should be better tonight, getting back on that regular rotation, second start off a layoff. And she noted too that she did really well last time tonight. So I think that 6-1's a bargain on this course. I think he fits with this group. He's got back class to rely on, and he's got a lot of he does good on the road tonight.
We are having some audio problems from you, but definitely we do know that Century Gigolo is your pick, and you're big with Ashley Lenvoy's barn, and I certainly admire you sticking to it, and I think you're right that Century Gigolo could come up large here. Look, we'll get to number 7, Better Be Good. We'll see if maybe your sound is better, and Better Be Good is one that doesn't get a better post, though.
No, the post certainly isn't going to help his chances in here. But when you look at the depth of this field to what he's been facing, I mean, yeah, you can look up there and see that he's got a few getting shut out in 3 of his last 5, but that's the preferred ranks, right? I mean, he's been facing horses like Holly's Treasure. He's a handyman, and then even last time out Harper's Hat Trick. Now the preferred at Clinton is a little bit softer than it is at Western Fair, but I think he fits in nicely with this group. Gets to go back on Lasix after not being able to use it at Clinton. Does have some time between starts, but I don't think he looks out of place against this group at all. And to be honest, with a better draw, if he was 6-1, I'd say he's probably worth a bet. But I like Century Gigolo on top, but I wouldn't be surprised if Better Be Good is firing.
Well, and Rob, unlike you, I'm a loyal member of the Announcers Union, and Ken Middleton Jr. and David Walls in with Don't Poke the Bear here. And my top pick, and I think one that really fits nicely in this class. This is one also that you see racing tougher. The end of May, 3rd in Porsche 10,500 condition class at Flamborough.
Yeah, no, I think he fits in well in here too, and he certainly should be able to make a good account of himself. I mean, last 2 starts are at Mohawk Park. He's in control. Magical Arthur, you could probably back those against this group any day of the week. And his efforts at Flamborough and Georgian were better than those. So I think he does fit in well with this group. The price is better now too. When he was even money, I could never get behind him at that price, but 3-1's much better.
Control the Gold. The record's not great this year, but the last start was better.
Yeah, he can definitely take a step forward off that one. I think overbet though at 2-1, even with the pole position. I'm going to stick with Century Gigolo at 6-1.
I'm surprised at that 2-1. Century Gigolo, that's a nice value play at 6-1, but as I said, I'm a loyal Union member, and I've got Don't Poke the Bear. Control the Gold and PL Quicksand on the inside. Moonlight Boy, Century Gigolo, Don't Poke the Bear in the center. The outside, Viper, and Better Be Good. Field of 7, the 9th dash. They're into the backstretch. Field for the 9th race. Gathering speed approaching the start. And They're at the start of the rough and getting out alertly. Don't Poke the Bear. Also Century Gigolo, Moonlight Boy, and racing fourth is Better Be Good. Then it is Control the Gold and PL Quicksand, and Viper is trailing the field. Don't Poke the Bear is not poking around early, wants to come on now and grab the lead from Century Gigolo, who's going to yield and race the pocket. Moonlight Boy is third. Then it is Better Be Good, Control the Gold, and PL Quicksand, and Viper is trailing the field. Don't Poke the Bear, 7-2 on the boards, got the lead. Century Gigolo is plugged into the pocket. Moonlight Boy, now Better Be Good, is quickly moving first over and striding up sharply. And also coming out is Control the Gold as they head their way up towards the half. The trailing pair, PL Quicksand and Viper. It is Don't Poke the Bear. Better Be Good is threatening on the outside. 27-1 opening quarter. Don't Poke the Bear and Better Be Good is only a length back. Inside, third Century Gigolo is enjoying the view in the pocket. Moonlight Boy is spotted second over fourth. Then Control the Gold is fifth, and PL Quicksand sixth, and Viper is back in seventh. Don't Poke the Bear. Don't Poke the Bear leads at a length and a quarter, and then Better Be Good. Now three wide. Moonlight Boy is quickly coming on. Moonlight Boy is up to challenge. Don't Poke the Bear is getting some urging right now, and it is Moonlight Boy. Blocked on the inside is Century Gigolo right now, and it is Moonlight Boy. Don't Poke the Bear is trying to rally on the inside. Control the Gold is now coming quickly. Control the Gold is charging on the outside, three wide, and Viper is also coming. Century Gigolo is fifth now and needs some track as they turn for home. Up three quarters, 124-4. Control the Gold as they come on down the stretch drive. Don't Poke the Bears fighting back on the inside. Control the Gold. Control the Gold and flying up the inside. Century Gigolo. Century Gigolo found a late seam and got the job done. Control the Gold, a mile of 154 flat. Century Gigolo. Things were not working out very well for Century Gigolo. Stuck in behind Don't Poke the Bear, but, well, the good old passing lane, Rob.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's not that I don't have faith in you, but I think with a pretty hefty wager on Century Gigolo here, we'll have to wait to see how this plays out. But, yeah, no, I hope he got there.
I don't know. I guess I hope he did, too, being that I announced it.
Well, no, it'd be a really good result for yours truly. You know what? It was one of those ones, Gary, where I thought he honestly had absolutely no shot because so hard to kind of, get your momentum going again. You see right here, they're stacked up three wide in front of him, but you've got Control the Gold coming wide with all momentum, and he's now got to go from kind of, not a standstill, but close to it, and then try to rally up the inside, and he just catches fire late, and okay, I mean, I think he got there too, but I guess,
I wasn't as worried until you. I was not as worried until you started saying maybe I better check this out because I kind of nonchalant it and just said, yeah, he won it up the inside. Well, we'll see.
When you need a horse desperately,
And Don't Poke the Bear actually fought back and actually was pretty good right there. But look, come on.
That's better.
Look, what do I always say to you?
Don't ever doubt you, and I shouldn't. But anyways, Century Gigolo, I had this one on top because I loved the way he raced last time. Needed him last time at a bigger price, but also assist to Sugar Doyle. Got the interview with Asha Lenvoy. Put it on X in the paddock. I know my audio was messing up earlier, but she thought he'd be better tonight, and he certainly was. Nice effort for Century Gigolo to get back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, that was an interesting dash coming to the finish. I admired how Don't Poke the Bear came back on, but Century Gigolo got the job done. Century Gigolo. Travis Henry with the winning drive. His 7-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay gelding owned by Gino Toscani, trained by Ashley Lenvoy. First win this year, and it's the 19th lifetime Century Gigolo. The ninth race payouts for Century Gigolo: 740, 290, 260, 1 Control the Gold, 250, 230, and 5 Don't Poke the Bear, 270, $2 exactor, 1570, $1 try, 2015, $1 super, 8265. Ninth race, sort of a finish from the top, 2651347. That's 2651347. Field for the 10th on Parade 1. Boondoggle, Child Award for Don Lindsay and Paul Kleinpaste and William Amplijevic and Garth Bechtel. Number 2 is Bolding Home. Brett Madonna for Tim Myers and David O'Macaulay. 3 is Unison. Paul McKenzie for Dan Meegans and Mark Meegans. And number 4 is Snow Walker Austin Sorry for Darren Rayner and Louis F. Timiatis and Matthew Hardy F. Timiatis. Number 5, Aladdin Dulac, Semi Filion for Alexandre Laroche and Jean Laroche. Number 6 is Happy Nays, Jay Harris for Derek Anderson and Russ Gorley. 7 scratched. 8 easily the best, Travis Henry for Matt Dupuis and Rick Heeman. And 9 is Mickey Burke, Dale Spence for Riley Simpson and Shen Go. It is a field of 8 for race number 10. Let's get a look at this field. Rob, I'm kind of shocked. I went away from Easily the Best because I was looking for a price, assuming Easily the Best would be the chalk. Well, not so.
Yeah, I mean, I went with him just because he was so good last time, but I fully expected him to be the same price or less. And right now you're seeing 9-2. Again, we know there's going to be a lot of money coming late. Odds are going to shift. He'll likely take a big drop in odds, but he was so good last time, Gary. I doubted him last time. I was wrong for it, and I think he's got every chance to double up tonight now from post 7 with a scratch of Red Hot Redemption. So 4-1. Don't think we see that, but even at 2-1 or 5-2, that'd be some value.
And then I thought I'd be smart and get on the one that I anticipated you getting off of, Happy Nays. And look, he did get that nice win down here June the 19th with Happy Nays with a romping win in 53. He's capable of coming back here.
Well, the key for him is he now flips posts with Easily the Best, right? Last time he had post 6, Easily the Best had post 4, and now that one switches out 2 spots, or 1 spot now to his outside. But either way, he gets the edge on that one. And now if he goes forward off the gate, maybe he can kind of control his own destiny or let that one go and sit a 2-hole trip. Last time 3-hole, you know what that means? You sit, you get boxed in, or you pull first up and you have a long night. So Happy Days for me, like to me, they were kind of interchangeable, but I just thought that with how much Easily the Best kind of stepped forward in his latest, he was tough to go against and should be confident.
And then Boondoggle is one that was good back in April at London and could be good on the inside and has 3 wins on the year, but last race did tire out pretty badly.
And you know what I love about him tonight? It's, well, a couple things. LASIK's first time, and also transitioning to the condition claiming ranks, right? I love that. I mean, he hasn't raced as well since those victories. I mean, those victories were punishing wins. I mean, he was much the best when he won those races at Western Fair. After that vet scratch due to sickness, hasn't really been able to get the same feet under him. But I think that tonight we're going to see a much better version of himself, especially getting this kind of class adjustment. So 3-1. I was hoping for a better value on him. I think you've got to use him everywhere in the high 5. And if he goes up a tick or 2, then maybe he's worth a bet to win.
And Boondoggle gets on the LASIKs, and Bolding Home's going the other direction, getting off the LASIKs.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? 2 horses right beside each other, one going on it, one going off it. I mean, it can work for the positive either way, right? I've seen many horses raise their game going on it. Other horses do so going off it. And I just think Bolting Home is capable of more. His last 2, against pretty solid groups. Now he gets to face, I think, a softer pound for pound field, and he's going to be good value. I thought he'd be around 8-1 or so. He's a tick lower than that right now at 7-1. I wouldn't leave him off your high 5 tickets. I mean, he's a versatile type. He's got tactical speed, and he'll probably stick around for a chunk of it.
And a quick thought on Unison.
Unison is one that I thought would be better last time. He didn't really have all that much to offer. Kind of tailed off late 30-2 on the end of it, 9-1. Maybe getting back on more of a regular schedule will help us chance in here. I saw really good things from him at Mohawk Park before, and I think he's still worth a try somewhere underneath that. At worst.
Right now, the 1, 6, and 8, well, they were there, all at 5-2. Now 8 easily the best. More where I thought is the favorite on the board. It's a field of 8, the 10th and final dash on a Wednesday night at the river. They're into the backstretch. Gathering speed approaching the start. and the field for race number 10. All in position. And at the start of the rough, Happy Nays and easily the best, flashing speed from the outside, and then also getting out alertly, Boondoggle and bolting home, and then racing fifth is Aladdin Dulac. And then it is Mickey Berg, back further is Unison, and then Snow Walker, and easily the best is going to stride on and try to clear to the front now, and easily the best is 7-5 on the board. Happy Nays is 7-2 now and is riding the pocket. Boondoggle third. Then it is Bolding Home, Aladdin Dulac, and then back further is Mickey Burke as they race the way off the turn. Then it is back to Unison, and trailing the field as they work their way on past us right now is Snow Walker. 27-3 opening quarter. Happy Nays can back around easily the best to reclaim the lead now. And racing position to third, that is Boondoggle and Tyler Moore. Now stepping to the outside, Bolding Home is going to quickly come on and challenge and is only about 2 off the lead. Boondoggle fourth to the inside. Now Mickey Burke on the outside is fifth, and then Unison on the outside sixth. Seventh is Aladdin Dulac, and Snow Walker has to shovel by all of them to win, and easily the best put him some steps, made a minor break in stride, recovers but loses ground and is back and forth. Happy Nays, it's 7-2 on the boards, got the lead. Bolting Home is racing second. Mickey Burke is on the inside third. Unison fourth, and then easily the best in Boondoggle and Snow Walker. And then it is back further to Aladdin Dulac. Happy Nays has the lead. Bolting Home and Brett McDonald trying to track down Happy Nays, who still looks happy as they turn for home. Happy Nays has a lead of a length and 3/4 on down the stretch where they come. Happy Nays and Bolting Home trying to bolt up the inside, but Happy Nays continues on. Bolting Home up the passing lane. Happy Nays are here again. It is Bolting Home and then Mickey Burke and Unison. 155-1. Happy Nays, Robert.
Yeah, a little slick move by you, Gary, putting this one on top, figuring I might go off Happy Nays. Listen, this is my horse, right? I think I was on him every single week, probably for like his last 6 or 7 starts. But tonight went to easily the best on top. That one made a miscue when sitting a good trip behind this one, jumped off his chances, and Happy Nays, back on the engine, utilized that post edge over that rival this time out, and that was luckily the difference, right? He's a horse that kind of swells up on the lead now, and a nice victory for Happy Nays.
Yeah, and Bolting Home did make a little bit of an effort up the inside, but then Happy Nays digs in. You see Jay Harris going to work a little bit there and dug in gamely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, like I said, he seems to really respond to being on the lead. I mean, I've seen him win from way from way off the pace, off a helmet. Like he's kind of a versatile type, for our friend Russ Gorley. And this is a horse that I've been fond of. And tonight I put second, but I should have just stuck with him. There's a lot to be said for loyalty, and I didn't have it tonight with Happy Nays.
Yeah, well, Russ will be impressed with your lack of loyalty. You weren't loyal to the Union in the last one, but then you got away with that with Century Gigolo. But here, again, it just you got to find a little loyalty there, bud.
Yeah, I know you definitely do, but this is going to be an interesting high five, right? Bolting Home took late money. He was kind of floating up around 8-1 or so throughout the betting. Mickey Burke gets on the ticket. There's Unison, at 15-1, and then Aladdin Dulac blows it up on the bottom end of it with Boondoggle and easily the best off the ticket. This could be a real handsome payout.
Well, of course, the key is with easily the best not in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not who wins always, right? It's who misses the ticket or who doesn't win. And when you have a horse like him right off the ticket, it's going to really boost out those payouts.
Yeah, easily the best was 7-5 and doesn't make the top 5, so someone will have a nice ticket. Some 1 or 2 or 3. Happy Nays is back in front of us. Jay Harris with the winning drive for Derek Anderson and owner Russ Gorley of Orangeville. 4-year-old sports rider bay horse. 5th win this year, 6th lifetime. Happy Nays, victorious in the 10th.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
The 10th race payouts number 6. Happy Nays, $9.20, $5.03.72. Bolding Home, $674.29. Mickey Burke, $4.60. The $2 exactor, numbers 6 Happy Nays and 2 Bolting Home. Pays $37.60. Dollar tries $75.80. Double of 4 and 6, $35.60. Dollar pick 3, $130. Dollar pick 4, $219.30. Dollar pick 5, $544.85. And the dollar high 5, $2,074.55. Note that 20-cent high 5 is $414.91. The 10th race order finish from the top is an 8 place 7, 2, 4, 7 place 6, 5, 1, scratch, 6 place 8, 3 on the bottom. Once again from the top down after the placing 7, 2, 4, 6, 5, 1, scratch, 8, 3. Fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes on a Friday night, our first dash on Friday at the river, 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody.